So I knew this guy called Rohit in college, and Rohit was a really good guy, a very genuine human being जो लोगों को help करता था. He would be there when people need him, but deep down Rohit knew that he was the least important person in their friends group. Yes, his friends and everyone that he knows would be around him on his birthday, but not when he needs support from people. And although people would listen to him sometimes, his opinions were never really considered. And Rohit understood how disposable he was from the friend circle or from other people's lives. Does that sound familiar? So in a previous video where I was talking about the secrets of college and everything, I talked about social hierarchy and how nobody wants to talk about it. And since then, I have been bombarded with comments, a lot of comments from you guys talking about please video bana do on this, and they finally found someone who wants to talk about it. Now, I don't need to explain to you what a hierarchy or what a social hierarchy is. You have felt it, I have felt it, and we all understand that it exists. We just don't want to talk about it. And there's one truth of life that is the driving force behind all of this, is that we all want to feel validated. I want to feel important. You also want to feel important. Everyone does. And it's not just something that has been in modern humans. Even in medieval eras, when people are living in caves and shit, they would grow stronger, they will go and hunt, they will dominate other people to feel more valued in the people that are surrounding them. In a much later stage in the history, kings will fight with each other to gather kingdoms and everything just to feel more important. Even under the king, the courtmen will be like betraying each other and doing all this stupid shit to get more closer to the king so that he can be the mantri or the senapati or whatever. And even in animals, and even in a bunch of animals, there is some kind of hierarchy, and there are every single individual who are fighting to climb that ladder. So social hierarchy is basically this tier list of people, S tier people, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and it exists everywhere. Be it a cricket team, be it a college group, be it a club activity or anywhere else. There is some kind of social hierarchy in everything, wherever there is more than 2 or 3 people. Now, you definitely did not click on this video to listen to me talk about how this came into existence, why this exists, and blah blah blah. And I am also not making this video to earn money out of this. If I wanted to earn money, I would have put a really flashy intro to this video with cool transitions, sound effects and everything. There has been none. And this video is not even monetized. I don't want to earn anything out of this video. I just want to help a few of you guys who feel like they are in that bad place in their life where they are undervalued. Trust me, I have been there. And I have found a few ways to climb out of it, some legitimate, some a bit unethical, and some are basically exploiting human psychology. But yeah, they work. So I want to share them with you. So you guys, you people who watch me are actually valued the way you should be in your friend circle, in your family, or wherever, or in whatever circle you are in, basically. Especially if you are a huge introvert like me, I used to see it as a huge limitation and I used to whine about it quite a lot. But since the last 5, 6, 7 years, I have stopped whining about it and I have started to look and really analyze at people who I value a lot. Okay, I will see some friends of mine who are really valued in every single circle they go in. And I try to look for what are the common things among all of those friends. What are the things that they're doing? How do they speak? How do they present themselves? How do they talk about themselves? How do they talk to other people? So I have picked up these small nitty-gritty details, some behavioral changes and all of these things, and I have implemented them in my own life, and they have worked for me like a charm. Like, it is very unexpected that how good these things work. The first point that I want to talk about is the things that are valuable is rare. Why do you think the Cricket World Cup is more valuable than the IPL trophy, suppose, right? Among other reasons, one of the biggest reason is that the Cricket World Cup comes around every 4 years. If the Cricket World Cup was happening every single year, it wouldn't be as valuable. What do I mean by this? Is that being available all the time, for every event, for every party, for every need of every single person decreases your value. I know it feels really human and really generous to be of help to everyone, to be available, but this is a mere psychological trick that whenever something is not readily available and you have to sort of like work for it, and something that is rare, our brain perceives that person or that thing as more valuable. But just being rarely available is not going to make the cut. There is another condition. You have to bring something to the table. Because if your absence makes no difference to other people, makes no difference to the experience that your group of friends have, you will be forgotten for lack of being there. तो अगर तुम शो अप नहीं कर रहे हो, लोग तुम्हें बहुत जल्दी भूल जाएंगे if you do not bring anything to the table. So firstly, you have to bring something to the table, and in a best case scenario, you have to be the table itself. You know what I'm talking about. There are friends you have in your friends group जिनके बिना कोई plan नहीं बनता है. They are the table, and everyone else brings something to the table. That's a stupid Kanye reference, but yeah, you understand what I mean. You know your friends who are more important. You will see they are not readily available all the time. They are either working on something, doing something. Even if they're not working on something, they don't say yes to everything. Now, point number 2 is to stop the yapathon. What do I mean by that? I mean that you should shut the fuck up and listen to people. See, as human, we want to feel valued. We want to feel understood. So whenever someone is telling you something and talking about something, the best thing you can do is shut up and listen. I know most लड़कों का ये इंस्टिंक्ट होता है अंदर से कि भाई सोल्यूशन दे देना है तुरंत, ठीक है, एंड आई सफर फ्रॉम दैट टू. मैं भी केस चेंजेस करता हूँ, बट दैट्स नॉट द बेस्ट वे टू डू इट. ओके, यू व्हाट यू वांट टू डू इज मेक द पीपल इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू हूएवर इज टॉकिंग टू फील अंडरस्टूड. तो चुप हो जाओ एंड लिसन. Listen to understand, don't listen to respond. Yeah, a lot of people who know me in real life are gonna मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा गाली पड़ेगी कि भयंकर तू कैसे बोल रहा है ये सब, but yes, I understand. I make this mistake as well, but the best thing you can do is to shut up and listen to people, because when you listen, people become more vulnerable, people feel more connected, and that is how you like build a stronger bond, like one-on-one bond with other people. And if you can build that one-on-one bond with multiple people in the group, boom, you're suddenly more important. Now the third point is absolutely very stupid, but it works wonders. Whenever someone asks you something and you have to respond, even if you know the answer, take 1 or 2 seconds of silence and then respond. Even if you know the answer, even if it is on the tip of your mouth, if it's the tip of your mouth बोलते हैं, I'm not sure. तुम्हारे मुंह में भी आंसर है, but take some time, take 1 or 2 seconds of pause and then answer it. इससे क्या होता है? The person who is in front of you, their brain perceives this as कि okay, this guy is thinking about it and then giving their answer. So this gives a false sense of intellect कि बंदा सोच के आंसर दे रहा है, right? या फिर ये बंदा कुछ और ही सोच रहा था and he had to context switch to actually respond to what I was saying. He must be busy. Wow. And that creates a stupidly, like it is, I know it is very stupid, but it creates a false sense of value around you. So yeah, but these psychological tricks are only going to get you so far. They can get you a little bit more attention, a little bit more importance. If you do them really, really good, you can even get a very high valued person, but it's not gonna last very long and it's not gonna spread very far. If you want to be more valuable, if you want to be more important to other people without even trying, without even playing these stupid little games, you have to actually be a high value person. How can you be a high value person? Think about it. कोई अमीर बाप के बच्चे को तुमसे ज़्यादा भाव मिलेगा, right? That's the nature of human beings. Now अगर कोई ऐसा है जो खुद का पैसा खुद कमा रहा है and they are financially independent, now suddenly they have even more value. So all of these things, like having some conviction in life, having a passion and the work ethic, all of these things add up to your value along with your net worth obviously, but all of these things, but तुम net worth अपना maybe तुम बहुत जल्दी change नहीं कर सकते, but तुम अपना work ethic, तुम अपना self confidence ये सब बहुत जल्दी change कर सकते हो. And among all these traits, I will say that self-confidence and self-respect are the most important things. If you do not have confidence in yourself, अगर तुम खुद की respect नहीं करते, then you cannot expect anyone else in the world to respect you or to have confidence in you. First, build that confidence in yourself. And इस पे ना बहुत एक गंदी चीज़ करते हुए देखी है मैंने लोगों को, which feels right in the moment. People really love to undersell themselves to seem ऐसा थोड़ा down to earth and humble. जब भी कोई तुम्हारा कोई तारीफ करेगा, like नहीं यार ये तो कुछ नहीं है, इसमें क्या है, I'm not that good bro. And I used to do that because मेरे को लगता था I'll seem like a very nice guy, I'll seem very down to earth and all of those things. But one thing I have learned from working in the video creation industry and speaking with very high value people who are actually very high value people, they always told me that to never undersell yourself. When someone appreciates you, you can just very briefly say thank you. और अगर तुम्हें दूसरे इंसान को बड़ा फील कराना ही है, and that is a really handy trick in a lot of social occurrences, so one of the better things that you can do other than underselling yourself is saying something like, thanks bro, really appreciate that, but you know this X thing that you are really good at, you have to teach me that bro. I am really looking forward to learning that thing from you. तो देखो, तुमने अपने आप को अंडरसेल भी नहीं किया, बट यू आर ऑल्सो मेकिंग द अदर पीपल फील वेरी वैलिडेटेड. जो भी तुम्हारे सामने था, दे आर फीलिंग ऑल्सो वैलिडेटेड दैट यू, दो चीज़ें, एक कि यू आर अप्रिशिएटिंग देम ऑन समथिंग दैट दे आर बेटर एट, and also that you are paying attention to all the small details about their life or their work. Now, number 6 comes down to what kind of people you want to attract. If you want to attract materialistic people, फिर तुम iPhone खरीद लो, MacBook खरीद लो, iPad खरीद लो, एक EMI पे से गाड़ी खरीद लो, सब कुछ EMI पे खरीदो, बट खरीद लो. Materialistic people will be very impressed. If you want to attract thoughtful people, you have to be thoughtful, you have to read books, you have to actually get into philosophy, right? You have to actually think about life. If you want to attract high value people, you have to have some kind of goal, and you have to have the courage to work towards. You have to have the work ethic. You have to be working hard towards your passion or goal or academia, whatever that you want to work towards. You are actually putting in a lot of work. If you work hard, you will attract other hard workers. Now, the last point is not really a point. I just wanted to point out that being an introvert, all these things are a little more difficult compared to everyone else. And now trust me, I am a huge fucking introvert. And while I came into college and throughout my school life, I was not very spoken. I didn't need to speak much with new people. Even with the people I know, I didn't need to speak much. There are two types of introverts that I think. The basic introverts who talk less, who talk very less, but do not bring any value. They are not necessarily good at anything. They're just getting through life. They whine a lot about how they have bad luck and how life has been hard on them. And what happens to those people is that as soon as they try to do the psychological tricks, oh damn, I will disappear, I will say no to parties now, haha, guess what, you'll be forgotten very, very quickly, because you not being there doesn't make any fucking difference. But there are the other kinds of introverts. You know these people. Now think about that particular friend of yours who is also an introvert, but whenever he speaks, other people listen. Whenever he wants to have a party, other people come. Right? Why? Because they are extremely good at something. They're either very good at some sports, या फिर उनको बहुत अच्छे grades आते हैं, या फिर उनका कोई वो खुद से कुछ यार साइड हसल कर रहा है बहुत अमेजिंग सा, या फिर ही इज़ जस्ट वेरी वेल स्पोकन, या फिर वेरी वेल स्पोकन एज इन लाइक पीपल फील वेरी वैलिडेटेड. ठीक है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग ही टॉक्स अ लॉट, बट पीपल फील वेरी वैलिडेटेड एंड कनेक्टेड विथ हिम. या फिर ही डज नॉट स्पीक मच बट ही इज़ वेरी फनी. देयर इज समथिंग दैट ही ब्रिंग्स टू द टेबल दैट पूरे ग्रुप में और कोई नहीं लाता है. एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट आई कॉल द इंट्रोवर्ट प्रो मैक्स. अब दोनों इंट्रोवर्ट बातें कम कर रहे हैं, बट इसके बात कम करने को nobody gives a shit, but इसके बात कम करने के लिए he is perceived as even higher value. And this is the whole bullshit that goes around. It's not bullshit, to be honest. It's the criteria and the phenomenon that goes around the internet, calling the dark aesthetic, the introvert aesthetic, and the mystery towards yourself. And that really works. If you keep an air of mystery around you, it's human nature to get interested, to get curious. And as soon as a lot of people are curious about you, you have won. You have climbed the ladder. And that is exactly what you clicked on this video for. So, yeah, that is enough Gyan Chodu content for today. And I have given you some very nitty gritty tricks जो तुम आज ही implement कर सकते हो. Some tricks that will take you a little time to actually build on. And if you want more Gyan Chodu videos like this, let me know in the comments below. We can label this series as Gyan Chodu videos. where I'll just sit down with little to no edit, no background score, no sound effects, not monetized videos, where I'll just give Gyan the content. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you're still watching, I hope this video helps you out, and trust me, everything that I've said works. And yeah, I hope you guys feel validated. And I would just like to remind you, okay, you might be in a very bad place in life when people are not really validating you about anything, but always remember, all of us have some kind of special gift. It's just we haven't found it yet. Okay, so as long as you keep exploring, you keep going, you're gonna find it. And once you do, that's your uniqueness. As long as you're unique, people will be curious. As long as you're unique, people will be interested. And so stay hopeful, I guess. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. फिर से ज्ञान ज्योति लगा. Bye.